Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am Keto Kelly, just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. For those of you who are new, I use the ketogenic way of eating for cancer. And so far, have been cancer-free for November will be 5 years. November will be 5. That is the month that I had my gastrointestinal stromal tumor removed, and I've been using the ketogenic way of eating to keep that at bay, and so far it's working. Knock on wood. Okay. So let's get right into what this video is about. For the most part, I have been carnivore for, let's see, I got it right in front of me, from the 15th to the 29th. So 2 weeks, essentially. There were 2 days in there that I ate ketogenically. I wouldn't even say carnivore, because some carnivores out there will say what I was doing wasn't carnivore. So let's go with ketovore instead of carnivore, because I do use seasonings and I have had processed meats. So let's do ketovore versus carnivore. So I took out vegetables. I ate mainly meats, whether it be processed or with seasonings. And I started the year January 1st at 187.2. And yesterday, yesterday I decided to have a cheat meal. Not a day, just a meal. For a little while, my husband had been asking for tacos, and the way I do my tacos is not keto friendly. We'll put it that way. The tacos that I grew up eating, we used the yellow corn tortillas, ground beef, a homemade taco sauce, and vegetables, lettuce, onions, green peppers, tomatoes, and cheese. And that's how we always ate our tacos, and that's the way my family always enjoyed them. So for about a week and a half, he had been asking for tacos, and this is one of my biggest weaknesses. This is the only two things that I will really use a cheat meal is tacos and sushi, and that's it. And then I had realized that I hadn't had those tacos in quite a while. I usually do the cheese shells just to satisfy that taco feeling for me. But yesterday I got to thinking, I want to do an experiment. May the 25th will be 5 years living this lifestyle for me. And I was curious about a couple of things. And I saw Keto Christina, I believe she's Irish or British or one of the European nations, did an experiment as well. She used French fries. And I think she has a monitor or something that was monitoring her blood sugar throughout. I don't have one of those. So what I needed to do, and I think she had it late at night as well. What I needed to do was to eat these tacos early enough in the day where I could monitor my blood sugar levels and my ketone levels throughout the day. Like, I had them around noon. And at first I did my fasting blood sugar before I even ate them. And I'm going to flash it up on the screen for you guys. I have on my notes right here. I think it was like 10 minutes before I actually ate them, I took my fasting blood sugar and my fasting ketones. My fasting blood sugar was 82. My fasted ketones was 1.0. At noon, I ate 6 of these tacos. And I will go ahead and put on the screen the macros for everything that I used that day. And surprisingly, the carbohydrate count wasn't that high. It was under 100 for 6 of these, but still, that's high for me. 1/2 hour or 30 minutes after I ate these tacos, my blood sugar went from 82 to 100, which is still not that high for me. But some people look at that and go, that's not that high. But it wasn't, it was high for me because usually my blood sugars are anywhere between 65 and 85. That's usually my blood sugar readings. My ketones were 0.1. So obviously I was kicked out of ketosis at that point. Blood sugar didn't jump that high, but my ketones definitely dropped. Look, paint. 1.5 hours after I ate those. So a half hour after it was at 12:30. And then I took it again at 1:30. And my blood sugar started to drop. It dropped it to 98. Then my ketones stayed at a 0.1. 2.5 hours after I ate, my blood sugar continued to drop to 95. Here's the interesting part. My ketones weren't even registering at this point. They were registering low. So now I'm starting to get worried because I'm not sure what I've done, even though my blood sugars were dropping. I took them again at 3.5 hours after I ate. So this was around 3:30. My blood sugar continued to drop and dropped down to 87. So within 3.5 hours of eating, my blood sugar recovered almost to my fasting blood sugar level. Started at 82, and after 3.5 hours ended at 87. My ketones started to come back up. Not registering nutritional ketosis yet, but it registered at 0.2. Now, my morning blood sugar, I believe, was in the 80s again. I didn't write it down, but I'll go ahead and post this morning's blood sugar and ketones. I believe I was back into ketosis at this point. So less than 24 hours of eating this meal, I had got my blood sugars back under control and back in ketosis in less than 24 hours. I don't know what I should attribute that to. Should I attribute it to being ketovore for the last 2 weeks, or just being this way of eating for almost 5 years? And it's possible it could be both. I'm not sure. My weight yesterday morning, I'll go ahead and put that on the screen. And I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, she must have jumped up in weight. I can't imagine her not jumping up. And normally I would. Here is my weight this morning. I'm curious to see what my weight will be tomorrow, starting, because I track the first of the month weight throughout the year, and I'm hoping that it doesn't bounce up, but we shall see. So if you guys want to do a blood sugar experiment, I highly suggest doing one just to see what your body reacts and how it reacts to things, how quickly you get back into ketosis, how quickly your blood sugars start to drop after that. You don't have to, but I was curious, and I'm pleasantly surprised, actually, how quickly I recovered. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for coming in and joining me. If you're new, please subscribe. I'd like to do some more of these experiments just to see how my body reacts to certain things. And have a fantastic weekend, you guys. I love you so much. And not much to cook. I'm just eating meat. I had 3 eggs, some kielbasa, and some breakfast sausage this morning so far. So, all right, guys. I love you so much, and I will see you next week.